Hey everybody, it's Kathy from My Side of 50. Thanks for joining me today. You're probably watching over on my Blogger Smarter page. My Side of 50 is my blog that is a lifestyle blog for women in midlife. And this year I've added a topic that I want to talk about on blogging tips. So I made this Blogger Smarter Facebook page, and I'm writing some posts and doing some Facebook Live on that. So when you join me, put in the comments, tell me hi, tell me where you're watching from, because I would love to know that. And what I want to talk about today is the top 4 things successful bloggers do. Now, here's how I define success. Success to me means that you are meeting whatever goal you have for your blog, and you're not making yourself crazy, and you still have a life. So, here are the things that I think, the top 4 things I think successful bloggers do. The first thing is they know what they want their blog to do. They have a goal for their blog. And that can mean a lot of different things. It doesn't necessarily mean making money. It can mean that, like my goal for this year for my blog is I want to make a part-time income through sponsored posts and affiliate sales. But it could mean you want your blog to drive traffic to your brick and mortar business. You want your blog to bring you clients for a service you offer. Maybe you're a Christian writer and you want to be able to encourage people with the gospel. That's your goal. It can be a lot of different things. Oh, hey, Shelley. So just decide what you want your blog to do, and it will not stay the same. Like when I started blogging, I didn't have a goal for my blog. I just thought you blogged, so I didn't even know you could make money. And now that I've learned more about that and I found some products that I, want to talk to other bloggers about, I hope to be able to make money that way. So, but decide for like right now, what do you want your blog to do? Then the second thing a successful blogger does is evaluate what has been working. Now here's what I did. When I started blogging, I tried everything that, quote, you're supposed to do, to get people to your blog, go to link parties, make 1 million pins, promote on Facebook, guest post. There's a whole list of things you're supposed to do. And I think it's totally appropriate when you're starting out to try all of the things. But where I made my mistake was I never evaluated to see if any of the things I was doing was helping me make, big enough leaps towards what my goal was. So what all of those things became was just a huge, long to-do list. And by the end of last year, I was getting really burned out because every post was taking me a week to do all the things to promote it. So here's the way I suggest that you begin your evaluation of what is working. Look at your Google Analytics from the beginning of your blog and write down the top 10 posts that got the most page views, and then write down the bottom 10 posts that got the least page views, and then look where your traffic's coming from and write down the top 5 traffic sources. So that will start to give you some information. And I was really surprised. There were some posts that I just loved that were in my bottom 10, and some posts that I thought were just okay that were in my top 10. So just making that list can tell you 2 things. It can tell you what your readers are interested in, or maybe you can go back and find a way to improve on those posts, because it might tell you the kind, not necessarily just the subject, but the kind of posts that your readers really want to read. Like maybe you write really long posts and your readers like, short bullet points. You have all kinds of things you can evaluate. And the other thing is I looked at where my traffic was coming from. And for me, I got the most of my traffic came from Facebook and Pinterest. So what I decided to do was I would really, since I thought, okay, my readers are there, so I'm going to maximize everything I can on those 2 social media platforms, learn all I can, use all the tools, and keep doing what is working. I had spent a lot of time on Instagram last year, and the numbers said, I just wasn't getting any traffic from there. So what I decided to do with that information is I said, I'm just going to leave Instagram alone and really focus on Facebook and Pinterest. Now, those same numbers could have meant something totally different depending on what your blogging goals are. Maybe you really want to work with brands, so having a fabulous Instagram account that will really attract brands to want to work with you. If that was my goal, I would have said to myself, okay, you are not getting any traffic from Instagram. You better up your game and learn more about it. So look at that Google Analytics. Google Analytics can also tell you about your audience. Like my target audience is midlife women, age 45 to 65. And when I looked at the analytics, I was on target for that. It can tell you, the age, the gender, where your audience lives. So say, for example, you want to drive people to your brick and mortar store in Houston, but everybody in California is your highest number of viewers. Well, something's not right there. That's not going to get you towards your goal. So look at those Google Analytics. Figure out what's working and what you need to work on that's going to be worth your time. The third thing successful bloggers do is they do not try to do everything, but they eliminate what is not working. And I told you, I decided not to spend a lot of time on Instagram. I had 3 things when I looked at my numbers that I decided I was going to eliminate. These will not be your same 3 things, but let me tell you what I decided to do and why for my purposes. One was last year I was submitting posts to several bigger blogs in my niche to kind of help, what do you say, gain a following, get some credibility in my niche. And I think that was totally appropriate for a season. I think there was some real value in that. But when I looked at the numbers, I was not getting a lot of traffic from those sources, and it was taking me a lot of time. So I decided for this year, I'm not going to focus so much on submitting posts to those bigger sites. The second thing was I co-hosted a link party with some ladies that I just loved, and I thought it was fun, and I enjoyed reading the posts every week. But it wasn't driving traffic to my blog, and it was taking a lot of time. So that was kind of a hit to decide not to do that because I really enjoyed it. And what was the third thing? Oh, courses. I'm a course hoarder. I'd like to look at every shiny thing. And so many of them are free, so it doesn't cost anything. So I'd sign up for all these courses, and I decided I was not going to do that this year. Only if a course came along that was going to help educate me to move me towards my goals. So, for example, for me, one way that I want to make affiliate sales is to really up my email game. So if a course comes along that's going to help me with that, I may consider it, but I have just got to close my eyes to every shiny thing that comes across social media and my email and not put time into that because those things are not moving me towards my goal. And the last thing successful bloggers do is they automate and they delegate. And I use a lot of automation tools for social media. I use Buffer, and Buffer for all of my Facebook and Twitter. I use Tailwind for my Pinterest. There's also Board Booster. There's also Hootsuite that I've used, and all of these have free options for them. I pay for Buffer and Tailwind a small fee because what they offer for their $10 a month is worth it to me. And there's another one you might not be as familiar with called Social Jukebox. It used to be Tweet Jukebox, but now they have more than Twitter on there. And the free version, I get 5 tweets a day, 5 free tweets. And what's interesting and what I love about Social Jukebox is that you just plug your tweets in and they run them on a continual loop. So if you have evergreen content, you can plug it in one time and they'll do 5 tweets a day and your content's in a continual loop. And that's for free. So that's a great tool for me. I also switched from MailChimp, which was free and which was a great email service for me, to ConvertKit. The reason that was a good thing for me is because when I started doing the blogging tips, my Side of 50 audience is not interested in blogging tips, so I'm developing a whole different audience for my Blogger Smarter email. So ConvertKit helps me easily segment my email list so I can send people what they're interested in. Oh, hey, Glenda's here. So that worked out well for me. I have an affiliate link in my blog post. I'm going to put that in the comments at the end. for ConvertKit and for Tailwind. So if you want to check those out through my affiliate link, I'd really appreciate that. And finally, I delegated. I hired a VA. Now, before you throw your hands up and turn this video off and say, I can't pay anybody, I'm not making any money, let me tell you how this all came about. There were a lot of things that I was doing that somebody else could do. My time is better spent creating content. I am terrible at creating social media graphics. I can spend an hour on a Pinterest graphic and it will look horrible. And I wasted an hour and it doesn't even help me because it looks so bad. So I hired a VA. I found one, and in my blog post I have a link to her, Alyssa, and she did a really good job. I think I paid for an hour once and gave her a few things to do and liked her, so I purchased a 5-hour package because I got an hour free. And what I noticed, okay, so my example, I'm terrible at social media graphics. She could do in 15 minutes what I did in an hour, and my efforts were horrible and hers were awesome. If she created lead magnets for me, she did a lot of things for me. I even had a hard time using up all those 5 hours because she was so quick and efficient at the things that she did. So when you are evaluating how many hours you could pay for somebody, keep in mind that on those tasks that you're not good at or that you don't like, other people can do them faster than you. It does not hurt to try a VA out for an hour. Right now my daughter's doing it for me, but I could not have added this Blogger Smarter part of my business without help. So successful bloggers automate and delegate. So I just really want to encourage you to give some thought to the VA thing, because it was really worth it for me. And you're not hiring an employee. It's just a contract thing. So you try it once, you don't like it, you don't have to do it again, but it's certainly worth a try. So anyway, to sum up, successful bloggers know what they want their blog to do. They have a goal for their blog. They evaluate what's been working. They eliminate what has not been working, and they automate and delegate. So I'm going to put in the comments a link to my blog post that gives you all of the links and all of the information on action steps you can take. I would love it if you would like my Blogger Smarter page on Facebook. I post about 5 times a day content that I actually read and I think is really good. And then I'm going to put a link for you to sign up for the Blogger Smarter email list. And every Saturday morning you'll get a short email with actionable steps that are practical, that can help you meet your blogging goals in less time. That's why I call it Blogger Smarter. So anyway, I'm so excited that you joined me today. Thanks for joining me, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.